Alright y'all, back here again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about going on a high protein, low carb eating plan. And I'm going to use the term eating plan or nutrition plan instead of the word diet, because I just don't like the word, to be honest. It's just one of my pet peeves. This is not something I'm doing short term. This is not some 30-day thing I'm doing, okay? This is something I plan on doing the rest of my life. I'm pretty much just eating the same healthy foods in different proportions, okay? So now that I got that monkey off my back, let's go ahead and get to the main topic at hand. So what's the purpose of eating high protein, low carb? Well, pretty much is this. It's mainly for functional purposes, because when you're working out, your body likes to use carbs as its primary fuel source. So if you're on a low carb plan, you're going to be low on carbs when you're working out. So when all your carbs are depleted, or the scientific term will be glycogen, which carbs break down to when they enter the bloodstream. So when your glycogen is depleted, your next fuel source will be fat. So in order to get to the fat faster, you would need to take in less carbs. That way your body is burning fat as fuel when you're working out. So pretty much that's the purpose of going on a high protein, low carb eating plan. And it definitely works. I've been doing it for like about 5 weeks now, and it helps me out. It's been helping me out a great deal. I've been seeing great results. But the pitfall of this is that sooner or later you're going to run out of energy. It's going to be harder to do your workouts. I would say if you're bigger, you can stay on this plan a little bit longer. If you're obese, you can stay on it a whole lot longer. But if you don't have that much fat, I'd probably recommend you stay on this maybe 4 to 5 weeks. That's it. Because you will notice at some point that you'll get tired during your workouts. But another thing that can help you out when going on an eating plan like this is to get some type of pre-workout. Now me, I use Energy and Endurance. That's my pre-workout that I use. I think that's going to do it as far as why to go on a high protein, low carb eating plan. Now I'm just going to show y'all some of the things that I eat on a daily basis, to kind of help me along when I eat high protein. So let me go ahead and go over to the kitchen and show y'all how I do it. Alright y'all, so this is just a snippet of some of the things that I have when going on a high protein eating plan. But before I get started, just the numbers you want to strive for. A few examples of what you want to try to hit as far as your macro goes. You want to go for 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat. Or you can use the one I was doing, which is 50% protein, 25% carbs, and 25% fat. Matter of fact, that's the one I recommend that you do. I would use MyFitnessPal to kind of help you figure out your exact numbers. That's the app that I use, or program that I use to help me, with my macro counting. But if you're not into counting calories and counting your macros, this is what I would do. At the beginning of your morning, I would have all your carbs or starches during the day. Probably after lunchtime, that's when you need to stop. But I'm a huge advocate of, counting your portions and all that stuff like that. So I just prefer you find some system of calculating and keeping track of your protein, carbs, and fats. That's the only way to do it. That's the best way. But anyway, yeah, definitely use MyFitnessPal to help you out with that. If you need more assistance on that, you can comment down below, or message me personally. But anyway, I don't have really time to go into that. But before you get started on a high protein eating plan, I'm pausing for a reason, okay? Be ready and willing to invest, because you're going to have to. The more protein you're eating, the more protein you're taking in, the more money is going to be coming out your pocket, because you're going to have to supplement. You got to use whey protein. You're not going to be able to get all those grams of protein. Well, I guess it depends on your body. For you bigger people out there, or people with more muscle or whatever, you're going to require more protein. Like me, I require 250 grams of protein when I'm doing 50% protein. Okay? So I can't get all that through food. So I have to invest in whey protein. I use whey isolate. It has more grams of protein than concentrate. Also, this is 99% lactose free for all you non-dairy people out there, and it has less carbs in it. So that's why I switched from concentrate to isolate. But isolate does cost a little bit more than concentrate, and I usually get these at Kroger, or you can find these at Walmart too. But anyway, also with your meats, of course you're going to have to eat meat. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder for out there for you vegan people out there, but you know, if you're a carnivore, go get that lean meat, and the leaner the meat, the higher it's going to be. Like, I use ground turkey. It's not out here, but I use chicken breast as well. I do have these already cooked chicken strips, you know, but I buy chicken breast as well. Also, I use pork tenderloin, which is like the leanest cut of pork you can get. But all that stuff is pretty high. As I said, the leaner the meat, the higher it's going to be. So be ready to invest. So I'm just going to leave that there. Also, just some of the things that I have. I have plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Usually I like to add this in with my protein. This has like 23 grams of protein, 9 carbs per 1 cup. Also, I have PB2. I use powdered peanut butter. I use regular peanut butter on occasion when I want to get some healthy fats in. But when I'm trying to, you know, restrict my fats, I go with this because it has way less fat than regular peanut butter. So make the switch to PB2 if you can. I usually get these at Kroger as well. Also, almond milk. I really don't drink regular milk. It has less carbs than regular milk. And I pretty much drink this all year round, so this is not just when I'm doing high protein, okay? Also, another good protein source is cheese. I like to use part scale mozzarella, as it has less fat than your regular cheese. And if you're using non-fat, that's okay, but you're going to have to sacrifice some carbs. That's the catch with non-fat cheese. They usually increase the carbs on that. Other than that, I have some frozen turkey burgers back here, and I have some protein bars. I prefer these. These are Life Choice high protein bars, and the reason I like these are because they have at least, these are like 21 grams of protein, but this is like the only protein bar I've seen with like the least amount of carbs with this much protein. And this has like 16 carbs in it with 21 grams of protein, so I consider that pretty good. But if y'all have any other protein bar choices out there that I don't know about, definitely shoot them down here, you know. But anyway, so yeah, that's just some of the things I have. And of course, you want to eat a whole lot of veggies to keep you full and stuff like that. And another thing that helps me out is, instead of bread, which you can eat, I'm not saying, you know, low carb doesn't mean no carb. Eat bread, eat your starches and stuff like that, potatoes, just make sure it's whole grain. But you want to limit that stuff and, you know, make sure you're eating the right portions. This is low carb, okay? But some of the things I use to help me avoid bread, or like lettuce and cabbage, I use those in place of bread and tortillas and stuff like that. I'll make like ground turkey wraps with cabbage and stuff like that, and you know, it's a pretty good replacement. So those are just some of my tips and some of the things that I have when I'm on a high protein eating plan. I think that's about everything I have to share with y'all. I hope y'all like this video. Comment down below, or like this video, whatever you do. Y'all stay good out there. Peace out.